Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abigail. First of all, before I get started with this video, I want to say that you may hear some background noise. Um, we have a storm coming our way, so you may hear some thunder and lightning in the background as I'm filming this, but if you hear thunder, that's why. Today I wanted to talk about um my schooling and kind of what school looked like for me as a kid and kind of how it looks now. And because I look younger than my age, sometimes people still ask me if I am in school. So I'm going to be answering those questions. So as a kid, I was homeschooled all through school. And I think that that's what worked best for me. My mom was my teacher and she enjoyed doing that, but also I really enjoyed the one-on-one aspect of homeschooling. And when I was about, what was it? I don't remember the exact age. 10 maybe. Um some of the things we felt like I needed a bit more support in, like learning cursive and things like that. And so we talked to my doctor about it and decided I needed some therapy. I was just having like a really hard time learning and concentrating, and I was having a hard time with frustration, not understanding things like that. And we thought that it would be good for me to have some therapy. So I had some physical therapy and some occupational therapy, and then I had aquatics. Um, so aquatics was like safety around the pool, and then physical therapy was things like skipping and exercise and things like that. And then no, that was physical therapy, was like the exercise type stuff. And then occupational therapy is like writing and like life skills type stuff. And so when I was about, I don't remember the exact age, maybe like 9 through 13 or so, I went to physical and occupational therapy. The therapy I went to also provided speech therapy, but I didn't need speech therapy, so I only went to physical and occupational therapy, and that really helped. Um, it was a therapist working one on one with me, and it was like a once a week thing. Um, and I got really close to a lot of the people that worked there, and um, it really helped me be able to, have like one on one with, therapists and get more help and stuff like that. Um, I think it was maybe my junior year or something like that, a few years ago. We decided that it'd be fun to take my schooling like different places. So like instead of having school at home, we had school like at the hospital. Our hospital had a place where you could eat, and so it had like a fast food restaurant in there, so we would go in there and eat something and have school there. We sometimes had it at the library and just like different fun places besides just at home. And because because I was homeschooled and I wasn't like in a classroom type setting, it really helped with like distractions and like other people making noise because like if I was in public school, obviously there would be more than one person in my class. Very likely that is. And so it was like really good with being able to work through distractions and people talking and things like that. Now I am graduated, so I don't technically have to do any type of school, but I did graduate in 2019. I had two different graduations. I had a church graduation where we just had like cake and some people in our church, said something about me if they wanted to. And then we had like a family graduation where everyone was invited, family and friends, and um that's where we like gathered together. We shared some of my story. We like sang a song. Um it was more of like a graduation type setting, but it wasn't like a extreme amount of people. I mean there was a I would say pretty good amount. There was maybe I don't know 30 to 40 or so there, but nothing compared to like the hundreds there are like at a high school graduation. Which I really liked it small because I don't like a lot of noise and crowds and stuff like that. So we had just like a simple graduation, getting my diploma. We had songs. Um we did hire our assistant pastor to um like preach the graduation or teach or yeah, basically be the speaker. I'm not sure what that actual person is called, but he was like the person that talked at my graduation. And now like I said, I don't have to do school because I'm graduated, but I did decide a few years ago to go back to like my paces. So I did ACE in school. I actually did a couple of different curriculums in school. I did handwriting without tears for cursive, and then I did Bob Jones for reading because I was having a hard time like learning how to read. And then I did ACE a lot of the years of school. And um ACE was very like hands-on and really it was really helpful. It was like for the most part pretty easy to understand for me. So that's mostly what we went with. But I did decide a couple of what was it? A few months ago actually that I wanted to get back into the ACE paces, and I would say they've really helped. Since my health issues, it can be really like boring sometimes. When you're at home and it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to do. So I got back into my ACE paces and I've been really enjoying them. So I'm gonna kind of like show you what it looks like real quick. Okay, I hope y'all can hear me. So this is the pace here. Different paces are going to look different as far as like the front and stuff, but this is my pace, and basically each pace, this is a Christian based curriculum. It has you like learn a scripture, and like this one, it it's about like a timeline and early explorers, and because this is Christian based, it's like instead of how like public school it's like just about is like about government. This one is like what God would like in government. Because like I said, it's Christian based, but it shows things like um, let's see, it will give you like a word, like this one. It gives you a word, and then there's different options for like what that word means, and then you like underline like the right word. This one's a lot about maps. And then this is what the stories look like. So here's like a story, and then on the other side you can see there's blanks, and you got to fill out the blanks. You read the story and then you answer the questions. And on this particular one, since it's like about like maps and stuff, like right here, like different parts of the world. This part is like pretty hard, so usually my mom or my dad will help me with that part. But for the most part, as far as like the stories and things like that, I am able to do by myself. And what I like about it is that these books, after I finish the book, there's there's a self test, which is like a pre test, and then there's a checkup, a pre test, a test, and then after I take my test, after the book is finished, then I get like a new book, and it'll be about usually something different. So this is just kind of like for fun and to continue my learning. Um, Now the paces that I do, these do go off of like grade level. But I am, if you don't know, I am delayed. So um for me, instead of doing like a high school um grade, I would do like around, I don't know, maybe like fourth, fifth grade. So like around 11 to 12ish years old. Um, but anyways, that's what we do. We actually um my mom like orders these online, and then we have it shipped to our house, and it's nice because like I can work on my like level of my understanding level instead of like a high school level. Um and what I really like about these specific paces is like, yeah, you can look up online like what these numbers mean as far as like the grade level, but other than that, like it's not like you look at this and like know what grade level you're working on, which I really like. Because to me it like matters like the most that I'm like learning and it's on my, mental level, if that makes sense. So I do these, and I don't do it like every day. I do it most days, but if I like don't feel good or having like a harder day like with my health or something like that, I'll skip a day, but most days I do it, and that's basically what I do for my school. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone.